Hello everyone, I welcome you to this learning activity. This learning activity is going to build on the last one where we collected a bunch of Sentinel-2 images for our project area. In this activity, we will explore the image collection by selecting or creating a single image from the collection to produce and interpret spectral curves for different surface materials, including water, urban areas, crop fields, and riparian forest. Make sure you have completed the last activity before this one. Let's now head over to the concept before getting our hands dirty with the scripting, okay? So when energy from the sun encounters materials on the Earth's surface, proportion of this energy from the sun is either absorbed, transmitted, or reflected. And in remote sensing, we are interested in the reflected energy because it is the reflected energy that the remote sensing instrument is able to capture and record as reflectance. And so we're going to look at how the different surface materials we see in our environment, like a healthy vegetation, built up areas, riparian forests, how they respond to the different light from the sun, okay? So this is a typical textbook spectral profile for healthy vegetation. So what you see here on the x-axis is the type of light which is denoted by wavelength, and then on the y-axis is the reflected energy that was captured by the remote sensing instrument. Okay, and when you have your profile this way, you can see you are seeing two things. You are either seeing a peak or what, a depression. So where you see a peak, it means that this light from the sun was reflected more, and here you see even a bigger peak, which means that the light from this wavelength is reflected really high by the healthy vegetation. And where you see dips, this is more of like low reflectance, so in other words high absorption. So we're going to construct this kind of profile. So this profile you see here is a typical spectral profile for a healthy vegetation. Okay, so this is the activity we are going to do today in Earth Engine. So we're going to produce the spectral curve for clear water, a spectral curve for built up areas, and also crop fields, and then riparian forest. So what you see here is exactly what we're going to produce in Google Earth Engine. So let's head over to Google Earth Engine to start the scripting. Okay, so when you bring up your code editor, you may see the script for the last activity. And so when you run this, you see that we had 71 images for the collection. So if your region of interest is exactly same as my one, and then your filter by date is also same, and every other thing is same, then it's likely that you are going to have 71 images. So to produce spectral response curves, we don't need an image collection. What we have here is what the data type is, what image collection. We don't need an image collection. We just need one image. Okay, so it means that we have to select one image from these 71 images. So there are multiple ways of doing this. The first thing we'll do is we're going to select the first image, because the first image is the one with the lowest cloud cover. So that is why it's the first in the list. So what we're going to do is that we're going to select that first image. So how do you do it? So well, because it's an image collection, we need to find the method under image collection that can be used to select the first image. Okay, so what you need to do is that you need to go to docs, and then once you are in docs, you have to be under what, image collection. So once you are in ee.image collection, so you find the methods here. So like I said earlier, these are functions, and these ones, the ones that you don't see it starting with EE, those are the methods. So we look at the methods and we want to use this one first, and this method says that it returns the first entry from a given collection, and it is one of the methods that does not require any argument. You can see that the run bracket is empty, so it doesn't require any argument. So what we're going to do is that we are going to modify this script by adding this method to what we already have here. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to go to the next line, and then I'll say that I'm going to select the first image in the collection, and I'm going to use the method here. So what is the method? This is the method here. I'm going to copy this method. I'm just going to copy the method, and then I'll paste it here, and then I'll apply it. Apply is always what? Dot. So once you type in the dot, it means what? Apply. That is the literal interpretation of this dot, apply. So we are applying this method to the image collection here. So what you are essentially telling the computer to do now is that it should select the very first select the very first image in the collection. So it's going to select this image here, and you always have to predict your results. Okay, you can see this is the very first image in the collection, so the one that was collected on the 9th of May 2022, that is going to be the image you are going to select. So what we're going to do here is that once you have this, we'll keep this line of script same because the variable name hasn't changed. We've only modified the script by adding this method to it. So I'm going to run this. So we're going to move you. Our expectation is that we are going to move from 71 images to only one. Okay, so we run it and let's see what we get in the console. There you go. So you can see in the console we got just an image, not an image collection, not a bunch of images. We just have only one image, and that is it here. And you can rightly see that it is what? The one that was obtained or was acquired on the 9th of May 2022, and the branch and everything will stay same. So now we got this image. We can use this image to produce the results we showed earlier this here, but I think it's not fair to use this image because we had 71 images. So the best approach is that you want to leverage all the images. Okay, you want to use all the 71 images. How do you do it? To do that, we have to find the average. You have to average all of the 71 images to produce a single image to which we can use to produce our spectral profile. So that is what we're going to do next. Okay, so what it means is that I'm going to shush this one. I'm going to take this method out. I said, well, I don't like this method. I'm not going to delete it. I'm going to use 2 forward slashes to make it a comment. Means that I'm taking it out of the script, and then I bring my column there to end that script there. And you see when I run this again, I'm going to go back to the previous results where I'm going to have 71 images. Okay, so now I have got the 71 images back. You can see this is the image collection, and we got 71 images there. And so what we're going to do now is that we want to find the mean of all of these 71 images. And how to do that, you can see. So what I want to do now is to find the average of all the 71 images. And so I still need to stay under image collection because it is the data type is image collection. So I'm going to be under image collection, and then the method I want to find is mean, the average for things. So I'm going to go to MEAN. This is the one. So this is the mean method. So I'm going to copy this mean method. You can see that it is also another method that requires no argument. So once you just copy that, and then I'm coming here, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a new variable, and then call the variable send to sr underscore mean. And then I'm going to do what? I'm going to copy this variable. So this is the variable here. So I'm just going to copy. So maybe I'll type it into that. So send to sr, then apply the method, right? So this is our variable we've created here, right? So we've taken our variable and then we find the mean of the collection. So it's an image collection, but we want to find the average, putting all the 71 images together to find the average or the mean, okay? And then we apply the mean method. And so once you got it, now when you print the results to the console, so what I'm going to do is that I'm going to change this one. I'm going to change this, and instead, or maybe I'll keep that, but then I'm going to print also the new variable I've created, this new variable here, and I'm going to stick it out here. And then maybe for now I can choose this one, and then I'm going to run this. So you see now I've got only one image, like a single image with bands, with 26 bands, right? Or 26 elements. So it is no longer an image collection. We just got an image, which is an average of what, 71 images. So I'm happy with this, and now I'm going to produce my spectral response curves for the different surface types. As you see here, I'm going to do that using this result, okay, or using this image that we have here. So that's what we're going to do in the next video. All right.